Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the new you. friends, friends, the cosmos are not messing around. The consciousness activating and awakening within you, is beyond words. It's beyond words. Like there aren't words that I can express. So I'm going to let source consciousness come through me in a minute because we are in a portal I have never felt before, a level of power like this. So I literally just finished 4+ hours or four close to, I don't even know. I don't know. Time isn't real. A lot of hours in Beyond the Portal, the Gemini new moon experience. And for like over half of it, I was just in trance. So zero channeled through me. I don't know. I have no idea what I said, but I can tell you, due to what everyone shared at the end, that we all are in we're in a whole new timeline, a whole new reality. We're all here as the new humans now, and we get to display and create. And this transmission I just brought through is timeless. I cannot wait personally to watch the replay and find out what happened while I was off in the quantum in a whole other universe. But I know there was a Nidra. I know there was light language. I know there was all kinds of magic, and everyone felt some serious shifts, including myself. Like, this is why I'm sharing right now. You don't have to buy anything from me, but I needed to come on and share this with you because I love coming on after I bring this shit through and I feel this high, because this is how we're here to live. And I know now my role here is to remind you of how good it gets to be when you stop worrying and you start creating, when you stop thinking and you start playing and you allow yourself to be here free. This earth, this new earth that you are here birthing, you're a creator of the new earth. It wants nothing more than your authenticity, than your vulnerability, than the true limitless you, the you that is here to just create and play and be free all day.
I feel happy. I feel content. And you want to know why? It's because I'm finally at a place in my life where I can freely create without wondering who's watching, without caring who's watching, without wondering who's going to judge me. I can be free to be me. I have a few YouTube channels, I have a few social media accounts, and I'm A/B testing different types of content all the time. Not only that, but I'm doing a lot of back-end work too on projects that fulfill me. For example, I run a coaching business, and that's one of the few things that really lights me up. I've worked with people in all different types of spheres. I've worked to help people grow their businesses. I've worked to coach people one-on-one with personal stuff. I've worked as a spiritual coach as well. And out of all of them, I've learned that the way to accumulate wealth in any sphere, in any niche, is to provide value. And you may not think that you have any value to provide, and that was me for such a long time. I was wondering, by the way, I have hair, it's just tied up in a knot right now. I was wondering for such a long time how I could provide value, because the truth of the matter is that there are trillions of dollars that are in circulation and that have been printed and that are being printed as we speak all the time, every day. So how do we get those dollars to find themselves in your bank account? The money is already there, you just have to go get it. And the way that you go get it is not as much with physical action anymore, but it's to do with mental action and setting up those appropriate systems that allow for the cash money, baby, to flow into your account. So the way you do this is by using your mind and seeing what exactly you can offer as a resource to the world. How can you provide value? Now, like I said, I've worked in various niches, every type of niche almost you can imagine, but my main primary focus has been coaching people and getting people from A to B, getting them to see results in their own life and in their own businesses as well. And you would not believe how little effort it takes to support somebody to success. I think it's important that we understand that every single one of us can be a mentor as well as a mentee. And when you can be both, you are in the perfect position to grow, because you are allowing somebody else to grow, and you are also in a position of being a student and allowing yourself to grow as well. So that's the position I've adopted currently, and it's serving me very well. Providing value is not necessarily the same for everybody. You can provide value in terms of entertainment. You can provide value by sitting down in front of a camera and telling your story. You can provide value by coaching people to specified success. It doesn't matter how you provide value. It just matters that you do. And it matters that you find the way that you specifically can. So for everybody, that's going to look different. If you have many different skills and talents, you can just pick one and go with it. I would not recommend doing what I did in the beginning of my journey, wherein I picked so many different avenues and I couldn't decide which one to use, which one to do. Now I just use all of them, and I've become somebody who is more than qualified at public speaking, writing, coaching, networking, and the like. And this is coming from somebody who used to be so antisocial, so afraid of judgment, and so lost ultimately. For a long time, I didn't realize that the path is ours to create. You can't really live a life that someone else tells you to live. You have to live your own. And the way that we live our own is ultimately by getting to know ourselves and spending a lot of time with ourselves, spending a lot of time alone. And
Hello, this will be a channel message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so, so much, and I'm so, so proud of you. You're doing amazing considering everything that's going on around you. I'm feeling the anxiety and the uncertainty, the energy is definitely in the air, and it is totally normal considering what's going on. I'm getting some real challenging energy, maybe some curveballs, things that you weren't expecting, or maybe just a lot of turbulent activity that's happening around you, and wondering, where is this all going? Have I done something wrong? Am I doing everything right? And I really strongly feel that this is all happening in alignment for you because of an intention that has been set, because of an action that has been taken. And you have put yourself so strongly in alignment with something that you want. Your external world is shifting around you. I got a very strong message in preparing for this reading that said, your high level of frequency and vibration has caused a glitch in the matrix, in your external reality, and things are just sort of working themselves out for you. Testing energy, I totally understand that. And while the love that Source has for you is unconditional because you are Source energy, we do have to allow this process to shape us and to test us in a way so that we can step into that next level of ourselves. This is the intention that has been set, and life is carving you into this version of yourself that you have already become aligned with on an internal level. It's just a matter of maintaining this and moving through all of this with grace, and I know you can do it. You've been doing so amazing up until this point. You can do it. You have all of the tools. And this too shall pass. 100%. This too shall pass. And I see you showing up as the Chariot and the Ten of Cups on an internal level. So this has all started because of your level of determination, willingness to move through the process and actively create more balance in your life on the masculine and the feminine side, and explore these shadow aspects. There might be a lot of visualization that's been happening, right? Just connecting with all of these feelings, connecting with the emotions that you want to feel more of, and sorting through everything. Potentially seeing evidence of what you want, seeing it around you. Doesn't necessarily stay in your field for as long as we would like, but we're getting there. We're getting the evidence, and we've been connecting more and more with our heart space through this process, connecting with our individual needs on an emotional level, creating balance from that place, creating balance from that starting point. And I feel that a few things are happening around this. I get the theme of letting go and releasing anything that does not serve is such a strong and present theme right now. Full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. Something here about self-control, acting from a place of love, but recognizing what does not serve us. How do we need to move forward, potentially let something go here? And I get such a strong moment of clarity that has occurred somewhere along the line here through really connecting with your heart space and your individual needs. This moment of clarity, this moment of very strongly seeing the reality of the situation and coming to this level of acceptance that maybe there are things outside of us that don't quite align with our inner state. So where do we go from here? What do we need to cut out? Where do we need to honor the truth of our situation and act accordingly? Act in a way that is in alignment with our highest good. Act as if we're walking on the path and really step into that new role that we've been creating for ourselves. Because I get the Ace of Swords. And this card does say, I love this message here. It says, implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. These challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. This too shall pass, guys, and it is totally happening for your highest good, so you can refine these ideas and refine these plans. There is a moment of clarity here that leads to some kind of letting go, and I'm really getting the movie Kung Fu Panda, which I have not seen in a very long time, but I remember it being a great movie, and there might be some kind of energy here of moving forward, moving away from something that is very familiar, feels like home, right? Just a frequency that feels like home after seeing the truth of a situation. And there may be some kind of a conversation here. There may be a need to confront this forward movement in a way that is required, and having that conversation saying like, Dad, I can't work at the noodle shop forever. I have bigger things to do. I have bigger plans. Something like that movie in Kung Fu Panda. Like you're meant for more. You've been chosen for something. Like you're seeing the reality of your current situation and you're seeing the path. You are answering the call as the Chariot card. You are answering the call that is going to lead you to your 10 of Cups frequency. So potentially you can't be working at the noodle shop forever. Some kind of realization around that. And it does lead to an ending here in your internal state, in your belief systems. 10 of Swords, potentially really letting go of a way of doing things, a way of showing up. Like I say, an old belief system that does not serve. And I
And that's something that I committed to for years, and it served me appropriately. I think that in every person's life, they should take a few years, preferably in their early 20s, to be alone and to figure out who they are and what they want to do with their one wild and precious life. Because people will try to tell you how to live. People will try to tell you who you are. And every single time you have to come back with a larger counter offer. You have to come back swinging. You have to come back hyper aware of yourself and hyper aware of your gifts, your skills, your talents, and what you can offer the world. Because it's so different from what anybody else, can offer you. It's so different from what the world has to offer you. Like, you are an individual. So know yourself to be an individual. And don't ever think of yourself as someone that, has to do what other people tell you to do. You can do absolutely anything that you want to do. You are multi-talented. You don't just have like one area of talent or like one area of study. You are multi-talented. So this means that you can tap in to anything that you want to learn, go in that direction, maximize it, and create a product or service from it. This means that you don't have to live the type of life that other people want you to live. You can live your own life, and you can live loudly and boldly and happily and freely. And this is what it is to have freedom. This is what it is to have inner freedom. And when you are free to be, you, you'll see that things in your life just happen for you as if by magic. Like, people just come in and they just want to help you. Like, people just come in and they just want to give to you, you know? And for a long time, I tried to put all the pieces of the puzzle together and figure out how I was going to get from point A to point Z, and strategize and plan, and just, you know, I was like so much in my masculine energy, like completely unable to receive from God, from the universe, like completely unable to conceive how things were going to happen for me. And it wasn't until I took my foot off the gas and I just allowed for my life to flow, I just allowed for things to flow, that I realized that that's the key. That's the answer. You have to flow. You have to let go of how you think things are going to happen, of where the help is supposed to come from. And that goes back to us trying to control everything in our lives. Like, we really try to control everything. We don't have control over anything. And that's the like most beautiful realization. It's the most beautiful thing when you can realize that like you control nothing, and life will happen as it's supposed to happen and as it should happen. Like, you will succeed in the business if you are meant to. That means that you will become the person that you are meant to become if you should become that person. You know, will be with who you're supposed to be with. You will marry who you're supposed to marry. You will have the dream career that you are supposed to have, provided that you go in that direction and keep envisioning with action. You know, you got to keep the vision with action. So that's how. And, you know, people usually meet their destiny on the path that they take to avoid it. And it's so crazy how true that is. Because you can run from everything. I was at one point in my life running from everything. From friendships, from connections, from social situations, from success, from money even. And you may be wondering, like, why? Like, why would you run from success? Why would you run from money? You know, because unconsciously we have fear patterns and we have fear programs that do not allow us to receive. And that's what I was going through, and that's what I realized about myself. And it's the same with not being able to it's the same with not being able to flow in your life and like needing to have control all the time. You know, so we get these blockages that stop us from, you know, wanting success or being able to receive success. We may want it, but we can't let it in because our nervous system does not feel safe being seen, or our nervous system does not feel safe with success or safe with money or safe with people. Y'all, I had so much PTSD, I'll just say it, and trauma around people. And I know that sounds insane, but I went through a period of time in which I was so introverted. Like, it was like to the point where if somebody started talking to me, I would feel scared. Like, I would feel anxious. Like, I just did not want to interact with anybody. And it's because I was able to pick up everyone's energies and everyone's emotions. And, you know, I was like, basically, my like favorite time of my life during that time was me just working. Like, that was like my heaven, you know? And social situations like made me almost jump out of my skin.
I'm giddy. I'm giddy. I don't know what zero activated within me in this journey that I just led, but I know they have something for you because I felt deeply called to press record and bring this through for YouTube. So, in case you don't know, the cosmic consciousness at play right now, there's so much. There's so much, but the big major players right now are, right now when I'm bringing this through, it is literally like right now, right now, the Gemini full moon, new moon, the Gemini new moon, Aries and Neptune are in, oh my goodness, Neptune and Saturn are in Aries, and Aries is at 0 degree. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep not being able to speak this right? Aries is at 0 degrees of Saturn. Saturn is at 0. Okay. Or we're moving on. Zero's going to come through and tell you all the things and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going to come through. But friends, I know if you're here, if you're resonating with Zero and I, if you're on this journey with us, if it gets better than this, friends, get ready, buckle up. Cause wow, like I know that it's not just me. This is the thing. Like I'm here to be a mirror. I'm here to be a mirror of what you're ready to feel, what you are feeling. I'm here to give you permission to feel all that you're here to feel all that you are. It's a humbling, very humbling role to play, but I'm here for it. I'm owning it. I'm living it unapologetically. I know my role here is to live my best life, is to live the dream, and I am living it. Like I just spent 4 hours with the most incredible human beings playing and creating in the unknown, channeling source consciousness, getting others to hug themselves, having a love rampage, doing all the things that is all my human has ever wanted to do because our soul codes and divinely designs us with everything we need to live a life beyond our wildest dreams. But now where we are and where Earth is, we now get to experience the unknown. We get to experience the dreams in our soul that we didn't know we had. Literally everything right now I'm experiencing is beyond dreams I ever knew could come true, would come true, and I am here for it. And you are too. If you resonate with me, you are worthy. Stop making it so complicated. Show up and express yourself and listen to Zeroed In daily. Zero's private podcast. I swear. It is next level. Anyways, okay. We're going in. If you feel called to close your eyes, close your eyes. If not, that's fine. I have one more thing to say that wants to come through for someone's higher self. I don't know who, but I'm hearing this. This isn't Zero. This is some other frequency stream. But what I'm hearing right now, not everyone's going to receive this and resonate with it. Might trigger you, might activate you, might just be like, yeah, duh. Here's what I'm hearing. The thinking. The thinking is what's in the way. You're not in the way. You're not in the way. You're meant to be here. It's the thinking that is getting you out of the way, and you're meant to be in the way. Now is the only way. Now is the only way. There's no other way than now. So you have to be here. But when we're in our thinking, conscious mind, in here, trying to figure it out, like literally, friends, like how crazy have you been in here trying to figure out what you're here to do? Let me tell you, friends, if I haven't told you enough, let me tell you in this frequency. First of all, we can't fake frequency and we can't force alignment. We have to live it. We have to embody it. And you have to be here now, trusting you. And when you're here now, trusting you, you will have revealed all you're here to do. But you have to be here now as a version of you that knows that you're worthy. Certainty doesn't come in your mind. Certainty will come in your mind of the things that you know in your 3D human reality, but you're here to live in the 5D. And Saturn is activating the 3D you in a way that is going to, your human is here now to play in the 5D. So stop thinking, and receive what resonates beyond the words, but also allow the words to activate you. Okay.
I feel like our sense of autonomy and freedom here is really tied into all of this, because obviously I see the dog with the leash just kind of walking itself, and maybe this separation or this moment of clarity that you've attained has led to this feeling of having options, is what I'm getting. Like feeling like you can go wherever you want to go. You're free to move. In a way, you're free to walk the path. There may be challenges along the way, and there's things that we need to accept, surrender to, move through by using our words, using our actions, right? Acting in alignment with our higher self. But at the end of the day, despite those challenges, we are free to walk that path. In a way, you're free to walk yourself, maybe in a way that has never been done before in your life. And it can create a lot of fear. It creates a lot of emotional movement in a way, like connecting with ourselves and being given the opportunity to move in alignment with that. If it's new, it can create a lot of fear. And as shadow aspects, I get this really airy, like the element of air, that kind of thing. There's a lot of evolution that's happening in the mind space right now with this full moon in Aquarius, new moon in Gemini. I really feel that communication through this whole process is going to be the key here, and being able to communicate your truth. Speak in alignment with your higher self and your true authentic nature. Share that with other people. And maybe in the past, when we've been in this, potentially some kind of situation where there was some level of subservience or having to comply with something, it creates this illusion of safety, because we don't have to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone and really speak our truth in that situation. But I feel like with this new level of freedom that you're creating for yourself, it's going to require you maybe every day to just show up and speak your truth without fear. And this is how the whole situation is kind of shaping you here. It's really shaping you into the person that you needed to be, that you wanted to be. You've been answering the call. You've been stepping up, creating this really beautiful, positive change in your life and aligning with this 10 of Cups frequency. And every day we might just have to show up and share ourselves, share our authentic selves without fear, in a way that is unapologetic and is actually going to benefit everybody, because it brings so much nice new energy, so much fresh air and clarity into the situation. I feel like on an internal level, there's all of this clarity. So we may have to use this sword and potentially really channel our willpower and our willingness to commit to this path. Use that to cut out any kind of BS around us. I feel like maybe some things are going to be exposed here, and it's really for the highest good of all. Some of you may have, what I'm getting is, have been in some kind of like 3 of Cups energy that has led to a Tower moment. And if that doesn't resonate, don't worry. But I feel like there's something there about maybe connecting with something that we used to love, or something that made us feel emotionally full, is what I'm getting. Something that really satisfied us on an emotional level, and almost having this moment where the penny drops and we realize that we don't want that anymore, or we want more. We want something that's more aligned with these huge dreams that we've been creating. Like the confidence that we can manifest this is opening up the path, and it's allowing us to move forward. Again, like I said, it can be challenging because I get the Death in reverse, somewhat in the past position here. And I get there's some kind of situation that I feel like this reading is going to be providing some of us with a lot of good confirmation here about maybe a conversation that has taken place, or some kind of situation, some kind of event that has happened. And for others of us, there's some situation that is going to happen here for our highest good, some kind of conversation that needs to be had, that is going to almost lead to, not lead to an ending, but it's like an ending has taken place, and maybe we need to talk about it, or really let something go. Because on the other side of this death in reverse, I get the Chariot card, which is the forward movement. And I feel like this is the external representation of our inner state that we've been creating for ourselves. You have very much come at this from the starting point of the Chariot. And you have that energy within you. You are so powerful. You're a limitless spiritual being with all of this potential, obviously, but I feel like you're really stepping into the knowing of that. You are stepping into your power. And on the other side of this deep transformation, this huge letting go, which is going to be some kind of hallmark event in your life, on the other side of this is so much forward movement and things really starting to align on an external level. Because I feel like right now we're in this kind of thing, like the gust of wind, which is when we actually shift our internal state and the external reality kind of requires us to step up and remove anything that doesn't serve. It's almost like the Judgment card. It's like we need to now stay aligned with the intentions that we've set for ourselves. There's a testing energy here. And the more that we can communicate freely, feel more safe and confident communicating freely, we'll actually be able to move with this wind. And I feel like there's a strong message here about coming back into your own energy, as the Scorpio does, really tapping in with your emotions, with your own vibrational frequency and your energetic signature, connecting with that, because that is what holds the answers for you. If we get lost in other people's emotions and energies, other people's thoughts and belief systems, as we kind of move through this like sea of consciousness where we all share this space together, if you have trouble coming back into your own energy and centering yourself in all of this, it can be very challenging, and it can feel like this. It can feel like this gust of wind. So the more that we can bring fresh communication into this, bring fresh air, remove any kind of stagnant energy and have some of these challenging conversations, on the other side of that is forward movement and more collaboration with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is like having the resources to get this project moving. Like it's about having all of the ingredients, having all of the right people in the right place at the right time, all working together in a really nice, responsible, practical way, and being able to move things forward here with the Chariot card. It's so, so beautiful. There's a correction of the belief systems here, letting go of this Eight of Swords energy so that we're not feeling so trapped. And I get that right now, I mean, you're so connected to your emotions and your psychic abilities stepping into that. And I get you on the masculine side showing up as the Seven of Cups. So intuitive and connected, and almost intuitively knowing all of these outcomes that lie in front of you. But at some point along the line, we do have to take the action. We do need to move forward, and we can't stay in the Seven of Cups frequency forever because it creates stagnation. And I'm not saying this from a place of fear or trying to rush anybody, because I also get some kind of big picture message about having the time and actually being able to trust the divine timing in all of this. But I feel like intuitively you guys will know when there will be forward movement required. There will be fresh air required in the situation. I get the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles showing up as our gift at this time. So this is the energy we can use more of to create fortuitous outcomes in our life. Very, again, this airy, swordy kind of energy, potentially having to have some kind of conversation here. Bring new energy, bring new air into the situation, expose things that don't want to be looked at, reveal some kind of secret that's been, like something that's been kept under wraps and is weighing on somebody intuitively or is creating negative outcomes in the situation. Again, these shadow aspects being Gemini and Aquarius, being able to speak freely within our community, within our families, get everybody on the same page and get everybody feeling safe to like be themselves and see the reality of the situation, which Aquarius is very much about this seeing clearly, seeing the reality, and then being able to build on top of that instead of building on top of maybe a Seven of Cups energy that is not necessarily congruent with the reality of the situation. And that's not to say that we should be disempowered and that we're forced to comply with some kind of reality that doesn't serve. We're totally free to change, modify the reality, to go back within ourselves, intuitively connect with the right action to take and move things forward. But we do need to address what is happening around us. And I feel like there's a solution that involves a conversation or doing more research, getting more information about something. I feel like some of you may have to play some kind of a mediator role within a conflict, gather some kind of evidence or gather some kind of information. Maybe you guys have an answer to something that other people don't necessarily want to see. I feel like this Five of Swords energy, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be conflict and that other people won't like what you have to say. I think it's just a need to channel this energy and a willingness to do the uncomfortable thing, to move forward and, like I've been saying, bring fresh air into the situation. What I'm hearing is a fresh set of eyes as well, maybe bringing somebody else into a situation to get their perspective on something. But yeah, I think that whatever happens, whether people don't like the answer or it does create some kind of a conflict or there is like some level of uncomfortability in the situation, it's going to create balance, because the Six of Pentacles is very much a card of balance, equal give and take, reciprocal relationships and fairness. And I really feel like some of you guys have an idea or you have some kind of information that is going to bring justice into a situation, potentially through moving through an uncomfortable kind of energy, something that needs to be broken through, like stepping over that threshold of fear, releasing the negativity once and for all, and creating really like a beneficial outcome for everybody. Even if not everybody likes it, it's actually going to be better for everybody, even if not everybody likes it. And I get the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords as I split the deck, which is so totally in line with what I'm saying. Like, you guys have the answers, you've got the experience, like the Queen of Swords. You've seen it all. It's like I'm hearing there's nothing new under the sun. Like some weird message around that. You guys have seen a lot. You're more experienced potentially than you realize. You have the answer to something, and the Six of Swords is telling me there's forward movement here. Forward movement into the unknown, yes, because I really feel like we're letting go of an old identity here, which does create this this gust of wind energy. And I get the Eight of Wands in reverse, which very much reflects that. And I understand this can be challenging, I understand. But again, you guys have been doing so amazing up until this point. Keep moving with it. I'm hearing stick and move. All right, you got this. Now I'm hearing smile and wave, like the is that the Madagascar, like the penguins, I think. It's like, so just knowing when to do the dance of life in a way, knowing when to take that step, take the action, and have the conversation, right? And then maybe knowing when to step back and let things unfold, right? Coming back into the center. I think coming back into your own energy is going to be so valuable for here. I get the Strength card, bam, all right? Perfect confirmation right there. And being able to connect with that inner state, which is aligned with your higher self. It's this feeling of like transcendence. Breath work has been coming up for me in a big way. And I think doing some really nice, even somewhat intense breath work sometimes can put us into this state of transcendence. I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I have like a really heavy breathwork session, I am so easily able to be in that role of the observer, and I can see my emotions, I can see my ego very clearly. I can see it all playing out, the breathwork, and again, coming back to all of this air energy, all of these swords, bringing all of this air into the situation and clearing things up, I think leads to transcendence, being able to create some kind of space mentally, having the mental space to see the truth, see the reality of the situation, and then act accordingly as your higher self. Act in alignment with that and giving yourself all of this love and being patient through whatever's happening around you here in this situation. And then bam, on the bottom of the deck, get the Eight of Swords in reverse. So let's go. It's the shedding of the belief systems. It's a process that's happening here, and we're totally moving through the process. There's so much forward movement and clarity that's happening here in this reading. And whether it's confirmation for you that you've had this conversation, you've cleared the air, or maybe there's something that's lingering that we need to address. It's like we need to talk about it. Or maybe we just need to write some things down. We need to make a plan, right? We need to create balance, really see the reality of our physical situation and try and see where there isn't this feeling of equal give and take. No matter where you kind of lie on the spectrum of like timing when it comes to this, there is so much forward movement on the other side. There's beautiful collaborative energy. There's nice, solid, practical energy on the other side of this, where we have the resources, we have the ingredients, we have what it takes to make this thing a reality. So let's go. I just absolutely love this for you guys. This is really beautiful energy, and I felt this big shift during this reading. Like, I do feel a big energetic shift, definitely less anxiety and more excitement, which is actually the same thing. It's just kind of like the flip side of it. Like, I'm excited now. It's like I feel like, yeah, let's have this conversation. Let's go. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready. Let's do it. And it's like this eagle energy. Like, it's so empowering, and to see the higher perspective. Again, this message about transcendence, right? Being able to see why this process is happening, right? And it becomes less of this like life is happening to us kind of vibe, and more like, all right, this is shaping me. This is turning me into the eagle, right? This is turning me into the Kung Fu Panda. And everything here has been divinely aligned for me, as challenging as it can feel. It has been divinely aligned for me to grow and to take this next step and actually move into this 10 of Cups frequency and be able to maintain it, be able to stay there and manifest more and more of it in my external reality. That's totally what's going on. So keep checking in with yourselves, guys. Keep honoring these emotions. The self-care and the rest is going to be huge at this point, because with all of this energy that's going on around us, we're going to make sure that we're still in touch with ourselves. Like I said, going back into that familiar energetic signature that is your authentic nature and being able to act from that place. The Five of Swords is very much about acting in alignment with what you know is right, even if other people aren't going to necessarily agree with it or understand it. This is a card of maybe being selfish in a way, because you see the higher perspective, you see the bigger picture here. And other people will see the truth of it, but we need to address some kind of situation here. I keep coming back to this conversation. The throat chakra is getting a mad workout lately. Like, it's like every day, it's like showing up, getting the reps in for the throat chakra. Hey.
Now I'm officially going back into trance. And maybe I'll see you on the other side. I love you. Fully inhaling and exhaling, fully expanding on the inhales, fully surrendering on the exhales, doing it at least 5 times. Hello. We didn't know if she was going to ever let us come through. Hello, beautiful being. Thank you. Thank you for choosing you, for pressing play and being here with us again today. Now, everything Courtney brought through is yes, true. But there is so much more here for you. There is so much here in the unknown. As we just brought through for all of you and beyond the portal, you new humans, which if you're here resonating, curious, expanded, you are changing. You are metamorphosizing from carbon-based to crystalline. You are having your light body activated more and more, and you divinely designed yourself so you can live as the light being you're here to be in the unknown, as the new human you're here to be. And we are here to say all the things. We are here to guide and lead you and bring through light language and all the things through Courtney that we can, to remind you of your truth, to remind you of your soul contract. But you have to choose. You have to choose. The clarity comes in the unknown yous, when the now you chooses to be free. And the only proof that will ever satisfy you is you. Have you ever had enough facts, had enough proof, had enough validation ever in your life? Had there ever been enough validation and proof, certifications, manifestations for you to feel like you understood, like you got it, like you knew what your purpose was, like you knew what you were here to be? Has there ever been a time on your human journey? We're not saying there's not been things that have manifested for you that have been what you wanted or that you've enjoyed, but have you ever felt just so deeply content, peaceful, satisfied, just as is? That's what you're here to experience. And that's why that's what you've always been seeking and searching for. You've always been seeking and searching for the contentment, the peace, the resonance, because your soul knows that you're here for more. Your soul knows that you're here to bring through what doesn't exist. Your human consciousness can never figure out what that is because it doesn't exist, because the future now you is bringing it through, but this now you is a portal to it. You're here to be a conduit, an alchemist, a channel, a creator in the now for source, which is ultimately you, because everything is source, but you're here to be your own expression. And we know we tell you this all the time, but the thing is, friends, is you're going to hear things differently now. Aren't you? And all of you that went through Beyond the Portal with us, is everything not different now? Like so wildly peaceful, easy, expansive, electric, but in a way that just feels right. Like you're so alive and aligned and here now. Now you're not doing it wrong. We need to clarify, you're not doing it wrong if you're not feeling that. If you're feeling confused, if you're still feeling like, why can't I get it? Why won't my human figure it out? Why am I still not manifesting what I want? Why am I still feeling resistance? Why can't I feel my heart? Why can't I feel frequency? Friends, your frequency and energy, the feeling that most of you are seeking and searching for is nothing. It's just being here. But when you're just here, you're struggling. And we love you so much, but we are here to reveal the truth to you. You're struggling because when you're here now, you're still believing that there's something you need to do. There's something you need to know. There's something you need to figure out or fix. But it's simply not true. The truth of you is here to be, is here to live, is here to create. And then as you do that, as the new versions of you, you'll be satisfied, you'll be expanded. But right now, a lot of you are in a state, in a place of metamorphosis, where it's really letting go of the known and going into the unknown. And it's a very challenging space on your human journey because it's all a paradox. So you're everything and nothing. You're free, but you also are limited to this human body as long as you're on this journey. So your current reality may be mirroring and projecting to you a lot of things that aren't working for you, but that's just because they aren't in alignment with your highest frequency and vibration. So you have to embody the frequency and vibration you're here to be, and then you will magnetize and attract everything that is for you, but you can't figure that out in your mind. And we do our best, as you all do, and as all higher consciousness does, because you are all the ones, you are the chosen ones, you are the new humans here, that zero, that source consciousness, that the divine, that ascended masters, that angels, that guides, that whatever words work for you, want to flow through. And you do your best, we do our best, because we are working with your human language that you all created, but really you're here to feel beyond that. And words are spells. Choices are portals. So however you're using your words and whatever words you're choosing to believe are creating and impacting your reality, so are the choices you're making. And a lot of you are allowing the words to then create the choices. So you're waiting for the clarity, the confirmation, the validation for others to say things so that then you make the choice that you think you're supposed to. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. But those spells and those portals are creating a reality that maybe not of the highest frequency. And so when you start to choose to use words, how serve you, and you choose what serves you and go through portals into the unknown, you will experience all that you're here for. But you're never going to have the clarity until you choose to be that identity. And you're never going to turn off your ego consciousness. If you didn't have ego consciousness, you wouldn't be on a human experience. But at the same time, you can stop your ego consciousness from interfering. So like right now, Courtney's ego consciousness isn't interfering at all. It's not translating us. It's not stopping us from saying anything. We still have to work with her vocabulary, which we're continuing to expand for her, but we're bringing through now things she's never thought of, she's never heard, she's never felt. And the old Courtney wouldn't let us bring this through because she needed proof, she needed validation, she needed to know that she wasn't saying something wrong that might offend someone or someone might say isn't true. But if you all continue to do that, then you'll never fulfill your soul's purpose, because your soul's purpose as a new human here is to bring through what doesn't exist. So when you choose to be the new human here that's bringing through what doesn't exist, then you will open up access for higher consciousness. And when you do that, then you can fulfill your soul's purpose. And you are coded as we're bringing through. You are coded perfectly with all the codes you need. You have a soul print. You have a divine design. You have divine intelligence within you. You are cosmic consciousness, but you programmed yourself with certain codes that are now being turned on. And so the cosmic consciousness is activating and reminding you of your truth, but it's beyond the words. So there's things like human design and astrology that Earth has, these modalities that are meant to be used now for all of you in the 5D to create and play with, to remember your truth. Because as much as your soul remembers and resonates, you're still on this human journey. So you have ego consciousness that loves facts, loves stories, loves history, loves memory, loves it all, loves to engage with all of it, wants that proof, wants that certainty, which there never will be. But there are these modalities that you can resonate with when you are receiving codes that feel true to you. So that's why we're bringing that through the things we're bringing through Courtney now, like living the dream, to remind you, because the Neptune and Aries, we're not joking around, friends. We're bringing this through over and over again because this shift has activated confidence within you. It's why you're still listening to this message. It's because there's something deep within you that knows that you're here for more, that truly wants to believe that you are a new human on Earth, that is creating the new Earth, that is here with a soul contract to raise the frequency and consciousness of Earth. Do you not want this, like so deeply? Do you not want this to be true for you? Then it is. And so there are ways, not just human design, not just gene keys. There's many ways, there's many beings, there's many sources of higher consciousness.
And it was a different time. Like, it's hard to be successful like that, because in order to really attain success, you have to provide value to the world. And I could not provide value from my comfort zone. You just can't. It's not possible. You have to become somebody different. You have to have new comfort zones that scare you, that lay in uncertainty. Like, those are where your comfort zones have to be. You know, so eventually, with a lot of time and practice, if you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that I try to post reels every day. I do post reels every day. At least one, sometimes three. And sometimes I'll just be saying whatever. Like, sometimes my reels are just random, and like sometimes I'll be dancing or lip syncing something. But to me, it's a win, because for so long I was in braces. I was in depression. I was in PTSD, not able to show. I didn't want to like look at my face in the mirror. Like I was so upset with life and I was so down bad, and I just was so, it wasn't even that I was unconfident. It had nothing to do with confidence. I just never believed that being happy around people was possible for me. I never believed that social media could be possible for me. I had given up, like, completely on my heart, on my joy, on my love, on interacting with people, on forming connections with people. I had become a hermit to the, like, millionth degree. And my joy was meditation, silence, avoiding texts, and working. And that's it. And so I studied a lot during that time. That was also like, that's primarily what I did. But yeah, so now whenever I post a reel on Instagram, to me, it's like, that's my comfort zone for me to be seen. Like, I have been training myself for over a year now to be comfortable being seen, because I know that it's part of my purpose. And, you know, if you know, then you know that being seen is part of your purpose, and you'll know what I'm talking about. So knowing that, I promised myself to post at least one reel every single day on Instagram. And I don't care who judges me. Like, I don't care what people have to say. Like, y'all can yap as much as you want. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I know I should be doing. And I hope that's the case for you too. And ultimately, we are our own saviors. Like, we're the only ones who could save ourselves. Like, no one else can save you. You know, it's only through following the instructions that God gives you that you make it out of any situation, and that you save yourself ultimately. And here I am now, like, because I have practiced speaking, because I have practiced being in front of a camera, not judging the way that I look so much, you know, and all that kind of stuff, not judging how I sing, you know. That's why I'm able to post. Also, things got so bleak for me that at one point I was like, fuck it. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I look. It doesn't matter how I sound. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm alive. I have a life. And I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna just go for it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna take massive fucking action. And I think that's what, like, that energy, that attitude is what got me to literally, like, push forward out of, like, the darkest times of my life and take action and be productive. Even if I would have to, like, get up from, like, crashing out, having, like, a crash out session, and, like, quickly, like, put on some music and, like, start, like, cleaning up my space, or, like, switching my outfit, or, like, whatever it took, I did it, you know. And at some points it got to extremes, but I still took those chances because I knew that I had to fight myself. I had to fight the part of myself that was saying that I couldn't do it. I had to fight the part of myself that was down, that was laying down, that was, like, done, that had given up, you know. And I did. And at one point I fought myself so much every day and so hard that I became really good at fighting myself, and I would, like, alchemize that energy into content creation and into making videos. And so every video that I filmed towards the end of 2024 that you can find on this channel that I'm posting this video on, I did out of pain. Like, there were some videos I just filmed out of, like, sheer pain, man. Like, there are some things I just did out of pain, you know what I mean? But it's good because it makes the pain worth it. It takes the pain and it makes it constructive. It makes it useful. It makes it tangible, you know. And the best art comes from pain. The best art comes from pain. Like, my best journal entries and everything were, like, from heartbreak. My best videos were from heartbreak, you know. And I think it's because that's how we save ourselves. That's, like, the only way we can save ourselves. I never really talked about what happened much with my jaw, but it was so intense that it affected my whole body, because your jaw not your mandible, but your maxilla, is directly connected to your entire skeletal system. So from the top down, it literally affected my whole body. So during that time, I would dance. That's how I got into dancing. I would dance because it allowed my fear to come out. It allowed my fear of, oh my god, what's happening with my body? Like, why do I feel all this vertigo? Why is my like, why do I like feel like disconnected from myself? Like all that stuff that I faced, right? Like not feeling like my arms are my arms and my legs are my legs, like crazy stuff. I have a book coming out on it. Because again, when your skull is affected, you just feel like a foreigner to yourself. So in order to get over that fear, and in order to get over me trying to perceive myself and like freaking out at every little change and every little thing that I felt that was wrong, I would dance so that energy flowed out of me, through me, and out of me. And it healed me. It literally healed me, like over time. You know, ever since then I never looked back. I dance every day, you know, and I just dance because it's authentic expression, it's healing, it's actual neurological healing. And that's what saved me. Like, it actually restructured my body, like back into health, like strangely enough. Like, I would like work up a sweat during those times, and after I was done, like, because usually when you're unwell, like the common thing is like, oh, you're supposed to rest, right? Or like you're supposed to just take it easy, whatever. I would take it easy, but then I would also dance and work up a sweat and come out of my body and like forget myself in my current position, and I would like literally dance with the gods, like in prayer, you know what I mean? Like I would focus all my energy upon like the like image of Lord Shiva, and I would like dance. And that fire, it healed me from the inside out. It healed me from within. And it also healed me from like depression and like body dysmorphia and like, you know, whatever. I had a little thing with eating too that it like healed me from that, because I was able to channel this anxiety or this like pent up energy, this pain, even this trauma, out into myself and like back up into my like crown. I was able to like circulate the energy productively. So I was able to fuel myself and heal myself from the inside out. So that's a little bit about my story. You know, I don't talk about it too much. But I want you to know that you can bounce back from anything. It doesn't matter what you have going on right now. Health issues, money issues, friendship issues, whatever. You can bounce back from anything. You just have to want it bad enough. It has to be mind over matter, always, always, always. Because your focus is what creates your reality, literally. You know, like, they told me that, like, I would need, like, surgery and all that stuff. I didn't need surgery. Because I decided that I didn't need it. And I, like, took other measures to, like, get myself healed and back together. And it worked.
That are constantly accessing you. You are a multidimensional being. There is, go to a mall, go to a mall, go to a busy city, go somewhere with a lot of people, go to a festival, go to a carnival. That's nowhere near. Like the human beings you're seeing there, go to Disneyland. That is nowhere near the amount of higher consciousness and frequency, the multidimensional beings that are trying to speak and to you and co-create with you. But the only proof of that is you trusting and surrendering and going into the unknown. And the clarity and confirmation is never going to come before that. But you're listening to us, and you're listening to many others that are channeling information and wisdom like this. And if it's resonating within you, that's all you need to trust. But why it's resonating within you, what's being activated within you, is for you to create what you are here to create. You're not here to create what Courtney's here to create. This is what Courtney's here to create. All Courtney's here to do is talk. It's just let us talk through her and then share in her human journey so that your human consciousness has an example of other humans living the dream, living limitlessly, living in the light and love, creating what they want to. That's all that any of you are here to do. So when you choose to actually allow yourself to live it, to receive in the now what you need without expectation and obligation, that's when higher consciousness has access to you. And that's all you've ever been wanting, because you know deeply in your soul that that's what you're here for. Don't you? Like, do you know you're here for more? But you're here to enjoy the human journey. If you weren't, you would leave. You would leave. It's not that hard. We know that can be triggering, but it's not that hard. You're meant to be here. You're meant to be here. You're the chosen one for 0 to access, for higher consciousness to access, which is really just you. But it's the you that isn't resisting reality. It's your super consciousness. It's the formless that wants nothing more than to flow through the form of you and create and play in this new earth. You are here to be a new human in the new earth, and you've always known this, and it's why you've kept going through all of the challenges. You have all had so many challenges, so many catalysts, so many awakenings, all to remind you of who you aren't and what you're truly here for. And now it's up to you to live it. And as we brought through and beyond the portal, you are becoming crystalline. You are having codes activated within your human DNA. Your light body is turning on more and more, and it's only going to continue because that's how you designed it to be. And it will get so easy for you to enjoy your reality when you stop resisting this, when you stop resisting your divinity. And you're resisting it every time that you're trying to figure it out, that you're trying to prove, that you're trying to problem solve. The previous versions of you, previous now yous, they had problems to solve. They had shit to figure out. That's not you anymore. You are the one here, whole, ready to go into the unknown. Just choose that. How long have you spent in paradigms and belief systems of needing to figure it out, of needing to fix, of needing to problem solve? How many times? How long? So, like, maybe just take a break for a little bit and see what happens. If you just trusted yourself, if you followed the resonance, if you lived in the frequency and energy that is so easily leading and guiding you now, that you feel beyond words, because it is, because words are a part of the human experience. Humans created them. You've got a lot of spells wrapped up in the words. Use them wisely. Listen to them super consciously, but feel beyond them. Feel beyond the words. Your human mind may be confused right now. They may be trying to figure out what we're telling you. They may be doubting you, but you're listening because there's something resonating deeper. And that is what we're speaking to. That is why you're here. That is why you manifested this. You magnetize this to you because you're in your vortex. You're in your vortex to a level where you would receive and remember. Some clicked, sure, due to the title, due to the thumbnail, but you are still here listening for a reason. You found this for a reason. What is it? What are you receiving? Source wants nothing more than for you to be free. And that is why you're receiving this. Anything, anywhere in your life where you are resisting your divinity, your power, where you're giving it away, you know that you are, right? Anything that's not working out for you, we keep telling you this, is because it's not supposed to, because you're limiting yourself. You're not choosing you. You're giving your power away. You're trusting others before yourself. You're performing, you're pleasing, you're proving. And that's not what you're here to do. There's nothing to prove. You're just here to be. And yes, sure, you will then be living proof and be a sacred mirror for others who are meant to receive your magic. But you can't know what that is until the now. There's clues. Courtney had many clues on her journey here, but she spent so many years thinking and trying to figure it out and trying to find you. Even though we kept telling her she just had to be the authentic now version of her, and you would find her. You're all here to be embodied in your light, magnetizing what and who is for you. And you won't have to prove anything to anyone, because ultimately all you ever want to do is just live, be happy. Everything you're currently wanting and trying to figure out is because you just want to be happy. You want to feel pleasure. That's what humans do. They seek more pleasure and less pain. But in the 4D and the 3D, you do that in a way where you're problem solving and you're fixing and you're numbing and you're running and you're giving yourselves all this instant gratification and all the rewards for not choosing you. But the real reward comes when you choose you and you live as you're here to, and you create and play all day in the unknown. But you don't know what that feels like till you do it. And some of you have experienced it in ways. That's why you're here. And some of you want it so deeply to come back. It doesn't come back. You choose it. You are here to choose in the now. Always. That's where it comes. You can't go back. So you got to be here now. And you will experience more of similar feelings you've experienced before, like say peace and bliss and happiness and expansion, but it's always as the new now you. So a lot of you keep going to paradigms and embodiments that you think you're supposed to be because you felt good then, or you created this thing and it was great, but you've expanded beyond that. You are expanding at such an accelerated rate now. All of you new humans, like the light codes aren't going to turn off. They aren't. It's not going to slow down. You chose this. You are in a state of metamorphosis. And your imagination and all of the cells in your being that are turning on are going to continue to reveal where you're not free and where you're meant to be. They're going to expand and excite and ignite you and call you towards portals, people, opportunities, creations that will bring through more higher consciousness that you're here to bring through to create what doesn't exist. But you will also have revealed to you where you're holding on, where you're not free. So we highly encourage you, if you're holding on at all, to do Beyond the Portal Gemini New Moon experience, because we took you all through the portal very powerfully. Letting go fully, letting the past be the past. Just let it be the past. It happened. So what? Move on. You have the alchemy within you. Stop replaying. Stop replaying the past to not create it in the future, because all you're doing is creating then in the now deep resistance to the reality you're here to live. So just live here now. Are we making our point clear? Are you feeling it? Are you ready? Breathing right now. Fully, deeply, completely. Just fully breathing and feeling here. The truth does not need proof. Not in the 5D. The truth is you. It's you living a life you love. You can find proof of everything and anything, and then something to contradict it. Your human experience is a paradox. And it's really exhausting when you're trying to figure it out. So just live it. Stop thinking you're missing something. You're not missing anything. You're just resisting all that you are. Right? So go into the unknown. Breathing and feeling deeply. Choosing right now. Just choosing right now that this is it. This is the final sign. The final sign you need. The confirmation that you are the one. You are the chosen one. That is not egotistical. It is not selfish. There is nothing more powerful and of higher service than you choosing to be the one. Than you choosing to love and take care of yourself and live in the now, accessing your 0 point of creation by breathing and being here, and then allowing Source to create what you don't know exists through you. Because
So there's answers here for you in an intuitive sense. Like, the more that you can connect with this like psychic ability that you have, being connected to source energy. I mean, that's Scorpio right there. It's so deep and it's so psychic. With this moon card coming out, it's saying like there are answers here for you within. Don't be afraid to become a little bit reclusive if needed, right? Pull your energy back and spend some really nice, valuable time with yourself. Continue getting to know yourself better. And I get the mountains, right? Stand your ground. And the mountains are all about the challenges that we face on this spiritual journey, on this path. And you're being asked to stand your ground right now. Maintain this vision. Trust it, right? Trust that you're on the right path. Trust that you have the right skills to make this thing happen, and you're totally ready to confront whatever this thing is. And it's, this letting go process. The shedding of the skin, the snake. So that is so beautiful here, guys. I get some big picture messages here about trusting the timing, like I mentioned before. 2 messages of trust here, because I get creativity, creative expression, trust your vision. And what I'll say about that card is I really feel like through coming in alignment with your higher self and being aligned with your heart and your true emotional center and what your needs are, you're actually creating this connection between the heart chakra and the third eye chakra, and being able to project a new reality. Even though it takes time, I understand, and it's a process. And sometimes it feels like this, right? As things start to really like shift and move around us, right? You are actually projecting a new reality that is coming from the heart space. It is coming from a place of getting your emotional needs met, being able to give and receive love more freely from a more confident place. That card, creativity, it says trust your vision. And this card, trust the timing, it says trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So like I said before, we can't stay in the 7 of Cups frequency forever, and you will intuitively know when we have to take action to move forward. But I really feel like on a big picture level here, you can trust the timing of all of this. It's happening for your highest good so that you can level up and become the best version of yourself. You've totally got this. And trust the intentions that were set. Trust the wave that you came in on. You've set the intention to align with this 10 of Cups frequency, and you've shown up as the Chariot card. And life is giving you what you can handle as that Chariot card. You've totally got this, guys. You are so powerful, and you are fully stepping into your spiritual autonomy here. I get the Volcano. Relationships, express, and don't stagnate. So let's totally leave it there, guys. I trust that this was super helpful. So much information here. And whether this was confirmation that you've been having these hard conversations and shining a light on this whole situation and bringing fresh air into it, or if there's a conversation that needs to be had, just know that you guys are doing amazing. You're doing so well. There's been so much growth in this space, and I totally trust that together as a team, as a global community and collective, we have absolutely got this. We are unstoppable. We're unstoppable. I think maybe just to like affirm that is what I'm getting. Like you are unstoppable. I'm having trouble like saying it too. Actually saying that word is like creating resistance. So maybe that'd be a nice like affirmation there. It's like fully stepping into some kind of like radical sense of confidence here, really turning up the volume on this. Stepping into your position as the eagle, right? The person who's got the skills, who can see the higher perspective and can use this new character, this new identity that you're creating for yourself as one that can serve the highest good of everybody. You're a leader. That's what I'm getting, is you're a leader. On whatever scale that resonates, you're here to set the example for other people. And you've totally got this, guys. We've totally got it together. We're doing so great. So thank you so much for sharing this space with me. Again, I trust that it was super helpful, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. Guys, thank you for supporting me from the bottom of my heart, showing up for me every day, and making me feel safe to be seen, and making me feel like I belong in this community, giving me the information that I need to be the best version of myself. You guys are totally keeping me honest and feeding me with like so much beautiful information that is helping me in my soul's growth. So with that, I'll totally get out of here. Thank you so much again, guys. So much love to you. You totally got this. You're doing amazing. And I'll see you in the next one. World peace forever. Bye-bye.